Last time all of us together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we'll start with reciting the auspicious prayers. You all can repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Jnananjana Shalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Namo Om Vishnupadaya
Namo Vishnupadaya
Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale
Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Srimate Bhakti Vedanta
Swamin Iti Namine.
Swamiti Namine.
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Namaste Saraswate Deve
Gauravani Pracharine
Gauravani Pracharine
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Nirvishesha Shunyavadi
Paschatya Deshitarine.
Paschatya Deshitarine.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatam ham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamatam Shri Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. So thank you all for coming on this most auspicious day, auspicious time. It's a festival time that is coming around. Very, very auspicious festival, the Deepavali we'll be celebrating. And the next day of Deepavali we have the Govardhan Puja. And this entire month, it's a very, very auspicious month. Maybe you can come a little closer, anyways we have very few people. So this entire month, it's considered a very, very auspicious month. I think some of you might have heard the glories of this month. It's known throughout in India. We call this the Kartik Mass. So I'm not talking of October or November. That is not considered auspicious. This is what I'm talking according to the Hindu calendar. So this time, this comes as Damodar Mass or Kartik Mass, where we have so many, all the different festivals that happened. Like the Deepavali comes, many other auspicious festivals come. We have many pastimes of Lord Krishna. One of the pastimes, Damodar pastime, where Mother Yashoda tied Lord Krishna to the wooden grinding mortar. And many auspicious things happened in this month. And that's why you see all the holy places that will be there. Especially places like Vrindavan, places like Mayapur, and many other Jagannath Puri, many other holy places. They'll be flooded with people in this month. Because it has a very, very important spiritual significance, this Kartik Mass. Out of all the 12 months, again I'm talking according to Hindu calendar, the different months that are there like Chaitra Mass and different months that are there according to calendar, this Kartik Mass is considered the very most auspicious, the best beneficial, especially when we do some spiritual activity, we get a huge number of results or a high result out of that activity. Of course, we don't do any activity for result, but the point I'm trying to make is that this month or this Mass is very, very auspicious month. And so it's a fortune that we have such an amazing opportunity to hear something about the Gita, learn something about the Gita in this very auspicious Kartik month. And we'll begin. So we'll dedicate our presentation to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And of course it is because of him we are able to talk all this, we are able to discuss all these things. Because of his mercy, because he gave all the teachings in a very, very systematic way. And I was observing this thing, one thing that when it comes to all of us, when it comes to people in general, especially in India, they have knowledge of scriptures to some extent. They know something, they know here and there XYZ, they know some pastimes also, they'll quote some pastimes. But then a proper systematic study is missing. No one knows the significance of all those, no one knows a systematic theme of why different things are given at different places. They'll just quote something from somewhere and they'll cook up some philosophy, but that won't be entirely correct. And it's only because of Prabhupada's mercy that he gave us everything in a very, very systematic way. And you know, one of the things when ISKCON was founded in the 1970s, so one of the founding principles that he wrote was, he wanted this propagation of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam in a very, very systematic way. so that people can understand right from basics, right from the rock bottom of spirituality to the topmost aspects of spirituality in a very, very classical, in a very, very systematic. And that's why we have these sessions systematically. We don't jump to the topmost or we don't jump to the details. First, we talk about the basics, we clarify the basics, and then we speak about the higher aspects. And all this we are able to do, all this we are able to understand just because of the mercy of Prabhupada. Otherwise, it's very, very difficult. If we take up scriptures on our own selves, if we start reading, even for that matter, even if we read the same Bhagavad Gita we have here, even I tried reading before. But to get the proper understanding becomes very, very difficult. We might understand one part, another part, but to combine those or to actually draw a conclusion becomes very difficult. That only happens when we read under guidance. When we understand under guidance properly, systematically, then we are able to understand all the essence of the Gita. And that is all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So today's topic, a very, very amazing, interesting topic. It's called as the attitude of comparison. This is a very, very practical topic. And I'm sure we all will be able to connect with it. We all will be able to understand what all things we are going to discuss. And definitely we all might have faced all these situations in our day-to-day lives. Because today we'll discuss something very, very practical, again from the Gita. But today we'll see how practical the Gita is, how implementable in our day-to-day lives the Gita is. So now today we'll discuss 4 or 5 points, not much. 4 or 5 gems from this amazing class, from the aspects of Gita, and we'll try to take this home, take the teachings or the learnings home. Very, very helpful. So I'll begin with a story. So there was once time there was a worshipper of goddess Kali. Very, very faithful worshipper, very, very nicely he used to worship goddess Kali. And of course, when people worship, generally they have some desires in mind. In general, when people say also, you go to a temple without any desire, how is it possible? Go to a temple means asking something. Of course, that's what people in general think. So now this person, he also used to worship Kali like anything. And he had some desires in his heart. He had some desires he wanted to get fulfilled. So now he was worshipping very sincerely, very nicely, very faithfully. And he pleased goddess Kali. Goddess Kali came in front of him. Now, of course, this is a story I'm telling. There's a point behind the story. Just try to listen very, very carefully. So now goddess Kali came in front of him and she told him, because she was pleased by him, she told him that whatever you desire, whatever you want, that will get fulfilled. And she told one more thing. This person was not able to hear that, because as soon as he heard this benediction that whatever I desire will get fulfilled, he was very, very happy, very jubilant. He was jumping and dancing. So he didn't hear what she said next. And then she disappeared. Now then, after that, he started desiring few things. Like all of us in this world have some desires, he also had some desires. So he desired, okay, my salary may be increments. Let there be an increment in my salary. And then he got an increment in his salary. But one more thing happened interestingly that time, that his neighbor came to him. His neighbor came to him, told him, oh, you got an increment. I got double your salary. I got double the increment in the salary. So this person who was very happy became morose. Why this person got double the salary I have gotten? Then he said, let it be. Then again he desired that let me have a nice obedient son in my house. Let a son be born in my house. Again that desire was fulfilled. But what happened soon? The neighbor again came to his house. Neighbor told, I've got twins. I have 2 sons are born. Again this person was very, very furious. Why this is happening? And this happened multiple times. He asked for a benediction. Every time the neighbor would come and he would tell, I've got double. And this is what goddess Kali had told, that I will give you whatever you desire, it will get fulfilled. But the only thing is your neighbor will get double of it. Now finally he became so frustrated, so angry, and then he said, let one of my eyes burst. And actually it happened, and then he came to know both of the eyes of his neighbors were burst. And he became very, very happy. I hope you understand the gist of the story. The point I'm trying to make is, this is a simple story but very, very relevant to our day-to-day lives. And if you analyze this is our situation currently. I'll tell you a simple example. Let's say today someone is standing at the door once you are leaving from this place. They have an envelope in their hand and they hand it over to you. Everyone is being given one envelope. You go home, you open that envelope, and suddenly you found, okay, on that envelope inside it's written a note, 50% off on the spiritual retreat. That the retreat we are planning, you'll get 50% off. Kuch kiya nahi, nothing we have done, just like that they handed us over the envelope and we become very, very happy. After some time, another of a participant calls us and you tell him happily, oh, I've got 50% off on the retreat. And the person said, so what? I got 100% off. Again, this person goes furious, crazy, becomes very, very morose. He did nothing. He deserved nothing. Just like that, he was given something for free. But still, when he comes to know that another person has got more than me, he just becomes completely dissatisfied. And this is what we are trying to discuss today, or what we'll try to understand today. This is what we call the disease of comparison. So topic's name was attitude of comparison. Now I'm calling it disease of comparison. And if you analyze, it's actually a disease. You see in this person, many such examples can be given. Why people become envious of others. Why people want to copy others. Especially when I was young, we used to see. As soon as some new movie will come and some actor will have some unique hairstyle, someone will wear some unique clothes, or some actress will wear something unique, and everyone will start following. No, they don't understand that they are not looking good in it. The person who is the actor, he's an actor, he can do anything. But then the disease of comparison or disease of following is there. And as soon as one person sees that this person is following or the trend is going on, then automatically those people who have not even seen the movie, they also get the desire, I also want to get that hairstyle. And I've seen many times in my youth this used to happen. Every year some movie will come, some hairstyle will come and everyone will try to copy. Though they might look a fool in it, that doesn't matter, but still that disease of comparison is there. And this is why people become very, very envious of each other. It's like what we spend our entire life, or we are trying to copy someone else. We are trying to imitate someone else. And we see so much of superficial life is going on. It's almost like a tomato is trying to become an apple. You get my point? We are trying to copy, both look red, both appear red, both look similar. But can they be same? Not possible. And same way in this world, all of us who are sitting here, one thing that has to be understood, we are all unique. Now my question is, how are we all unique? We have discussed this in the previous class. Anyone remembers? How every one of us sitting here is unique? Huh? Thumb sensor, correct? But I want some spiritual answer here. Huh? That's the point. Every one of us is carrying a bag with us. That's an invisible bag. No one can see that bag, but that is the baggage of karma. And that is different for each and every one of us. Each and everyone will go through different circumstances, different phases. Each and everyone will have different tastes, different capacity, different talents. But problem comes when we start comparing with others and we start trying to imitate others. That's when the entire problem, that's when this disease of comparison comes. And the most important thing is, no matter how much ever you try, how much ever you imitate others, copy others, you can never become someone else. You will still remain whatever you are, only you will become more and more frustrated, more and more morose. This is what happens. This is what. And how many feel that this is relevant in our day-to-day lives? How many think that we have this disease of comparison? To be honest, I think even I have, it's with every one of us. I've seen throughout my life, everyone has to some or the other extent. Someone may be having to a huge extent, others to a less extent. But this disease is always there. So now we'll discuss some 5 points for today's class. How to get rid of this disease, or what does the Bhagavad Gita talks about this. And this is very, very relevant. This will be very, very relevant for each and every one of us sitting here. So let's begin. So this is the antidote for the disease of comparison. One shloka I'll recite, you can repeat after me. This is from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Swadharma charanam shaktya vidharma cha nivartanam Deva labdhena santosha Atma vicharanacharam. Yeah. Can anyone read the translation
One
loudly?
should execute his prescribed duties to the best of his ability and avoid performing duties not allowed to him. One should be satisfied with as much as gain as he achieves by the grace of the Lord. One should worship the lotus feet of the spiritual Krishna.
Yeah. This is a very, very amazing shloka, and some antidotes are given in this shloka. And if we can actually apply all these things in our day to day lives, we'll see a dramatic change in our life, or complete change from what is currently happening. And now we'll discuss all these 5 antidotes in detail. The first one that is mentioned is Swadharma, work according to your own nature. Second thing, Shaktya, Swadharma Acharan Shaktya. Shaktya means work according to the best capacity. Third thing, Vidharmat Nivartanam. What does that mean? Don't aspire for others' work. And fourth thing is Deva Labdena Santosha. That means work is done for the satisfaction of the mind. So be satisfied with whatever you get. Don't aspire for more. And we'll see these 5 antidotes, very, very amazing, which can be applied in our day to day lives. First of them, as I mentioned, work according to your own nature. Second, work up to your maximum capacity. Third, don't aspire to do others' work. Fourth, work is meant for satisfaction of mind and not to prove anything to this world. And fifth is be satisfied with whatever result is achieved. Now these 5 points we'll discuss one by one in detail, in depth. We'll try to analyze, understand these points. And finally we'll see if we can apply just these 5 points in our life, there'll be an amazing shift in our life, or amazing transformation in my life. Let's discuss this one by one. First point is given is work according to one's nature and capacity. Abhi the question, whenever this topic is discussed, the first question comes, what is our nature? How to understand what is my nature and what is my capacity? You see this question that comes always, why job dissatisfaction? Why people in general are not satisfied with what they are doing, where they are working, why that is so? Many people talk about this, many people want to switch their career. Many times I hear people want to switch from one field to another, completely switch their career, go into some government job, some education sector, somewhere here or there. But why this job dissatisfaction is there? Now let's try to understand what it means by, first of all, what is our nature, or how to understand our nature. Let's see some shloka from the Gita. Repeat this after me. Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam gunakarma vibhagasha tasya kartaram api mam vidhi akartaram apyayam. Yeah, can anyone read the translation?
According to the 3 modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the 4 divisions of human society are created by me. And although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet the non-doer, being unchangeable.
Yeah. This Krishna is telling to Arjuna. We talked about work according to our nature. So first question comes, how to understand what are the different kinds of nature that are there. And again, our reference is always Bhagavad Gita. We don't refer here and there. We'll see what Krishna is telling to Arjuna. He talks about 4 divisions of human society. So we'll quote another shloka and then we'll discuss. Yeah, you can repeat, or you can just read the translation and then we'll proceed ahead.
Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Sudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with their material modes.
O chastiser of the enemy. So Krishna is telling again to Arjuna. And he is telling about these 4 divisions that are there in the society. He is telling, first of all, in the first shloka, he tells these divisions are created by whom? So who created the divisions? Lord is telling, I was the one who created this. And here he is telling that they are distinguished based on 2 aspects, guna and karma. One thing, point to be noted, nowhere it's written birth. Nowhere it's written it's by birth, it's by guna and karma. Now we'll try to analyze how. Category based on qualities and work. Let's see one by one the qualities that are given in the Bhagavad Gita of these 4 classes of people. Yeah, this is the class of people called as Brahmanas. Can anyone read loudly? The qualities of a person.
Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas were.
Yeah. These are the different qualities that are given. Again, point to be noted, nowhere it's given that just by wearing a 2 paisa thread you become a Brahmana. Actually, many times it happens. I once remember I had gone to some PG, we were trying to distribute few books, call few people. So one boy, as soon as we approached him, he was very confident. You are telling me about Gita, I have read from my birth. See, I am wearing the thread also. Right from childhood I am reading this Gita, what you will tell me, and so continued. He was like, that's continuing. So I said, okay, very nice, this is very nice, you have read the Gita, you have been born in such a nice family. Take a Gita as a gift from me. And he just put his hand back. No, today I cannot touch, I had chicken right up before some time. You see, the point I am trying to make is, actually if you consider yourself as someone says he's a Brahmana, these are the qualities he should have. Not just I wear a 2 paisa thread or I have some sub name or surname or something and I call myself I'm a Brahmana. That is not how it works. And many other qualities are given. 6 qualities are given in the scriptures of a Brahmana. Yajan, Yajan, Pathan, Pathan, Dan, Pratigraha. What it means is, Yajan, Yajan, he should be engaged in different sacrificial activities. Different worship activities he should do. Pathan, Pathan. Pathan means? Reading. Reading what? Java, C++? Reading the Holy Scriptures. Reading the Holy Scriptures, we have the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Pathan. That is what is Pathan. What is Pathan? Teaching to others. Again, teaching to others the Holy Scriptures. Pathan, then Dan, Pratigraha. Dan, Pratigraha means always giving charity. A Brahmana is never supposed to accumulate. Whatever he gets, he'll give in charity. He doesn't accumulate anything for himself. Everyone has heard about Dronacharya. Who was he, Dronacharya? The teacher of the Pandavas. Teacher of the Kauravas and the Pandavas. He was actually a Brahmana. You see, even though he was the teacher, he was such a great person. In one of the pastimes in Mahabharata, it comes that one day his child was crying for milk. And it seems there was no milk at home. He was so poor. And that was not like a poor because he couldn't get money or something like that. That is actually the nature of a Brahmana. He doesn't accumulate. Whatever comes in charity, he accepts and he just distributes. Another thing, he never works for anyone. He never works under anyone. He doesn't take salary. Dan Pratigraha, he accepts charity and give whatever comes. This another one famous person who is there, Chanakya Pandit. You might have heard about him. Under whose regime he used to work? Chandragupta Maurya. And Chandragupta Maurya was very, very pleased by him. And Chanakya Pandit, even now they follow the Chanakya Niti, the financial Arthashastras he has given, even now it's followed. But for himself, he used to stay in a very small hut. He never accumulated more than he needed. He never took any salary. Whatever little bit used to come, he used to just take care of himself. That is what is a real Brahmana. Not the Brahmanas of these days who just wear 2 paisa thread and then they'll claim themselves, I am so and so, I am this and that. You need to be qualified like this. And they don't demand. Like nowadays I hear people put those kinds of demand that you want to do this havan, so much price will be there, that havan, that is high price havan and this and that. That's not the nature of a Brahmana. Whatever comes, he accepts. This is about Brahmanas. Let's discuss about the another one. Gita speaks about Kshatriyas. Yeah, can anyone read?
Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
Yeah. They are very, very powerful. Not like that they'll sit in cabin and order someone else to go out and fight. They are the ones who will lead the battle. Ever you heard in Mahabharata and everywhere that Arjuna was sitting in his cabin, then he was calling all the army that please go and fight, I am watching all the CCTVs or something like that. They used to lead in the battle. All the Pandavas used to be leading the battle, they used to fight in front. Kshatriyas means one who has that heroism, one who has that courage. Nowadays people claim that I am a Kshatriya. Just tell them, okay, if you are sent on the border, will you be able to handle? If you are sent on Kashmir and against the opposing country, will you be able to handle that? Or halat kharab nahi hogi tab? But they claim like that, I'm Kshatriya, I'm so and so. Kshatriya means these qualities should be there. Natural courage, power, determination. They never budge an inch when it comes to defeating or protecting their citizens. Administration, politics. Basically, they were the ones who used to help the citizens live a holistic life. Like we had many. Yudhishthir Maharaj was there, Prithu Maharaj. Many instances are there in the past. Those were the actual Kshatriyas who were there. When it comes to the others, can anyone read this?
Farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras, there are labor and service to others.
Yeah. So, what are the Vaishyas? Business. First is farming, cow protection. Third is business. When there is excessive trade, they do business. What kind of business I am talking about? Any business. Is it? अभी ऐसा नहीं दारू का बिजनेस खोल लिया है वैष्णव I steal or I sell liquor or something like that. Or some people claim I work in ITC. What is that ITC? Tobacco company. That is not Vaishya. Means proper business, whatever grows excess, they trade in that. That is the symptom of that is one who can call themselves as a Vaishya. They would give tax. Whatever excess they done, they'll give tax to the government happily. And government using that tax would take care of the citizens. This I'm talking of the Vedic times. Of course, no one follows it now. The fourth one is Shudras, yeah. The ones who take salary. They come under this category that is called, always they work under someone else. They are never independent. And of course, it's said that in the age of Kali, everyone is actually trained to become a Shudra. But still, if we compare current people, these people were still better. In the past, they used to serve the higher three classes and they used to be satisfied. They used to serve them, they used to be loyal to them. There was no such thing as, okay, I'll get a better package in that service, so I'll switch to that person or I'll switch to this person. They used to be satisfied. So if we currently analyze in today's age, actually we don't classify in any of these. We cannot classify. People like that, they say that I am born in so and so, I am XYZ or whatever. If we properly analyze according to Vedic scriptures, we don't classify in any of these. On the other hand, when it comes to these systems, do you think it's a caste system anymore? Actually, why it came to be a caste system? Because people exploited it and made it that way. When the so-called people who had access to the Vedic scriptures, they exploited and misinterpreted the scriptures, that's how this thing came to be known as what we call today as the caste system. It was never a caste system. It was based on your qualities, your gunas. Whatever qualities a person has, he was trained in that way. But when exploitation happened, then all these things started. I am superior, you are inferior, and this and that, trying to prove our position. And so many misinterpretations was given. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is a very, very famous shloka. There is a shloka in the last that comes, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharnam Raja. This is a shloka given by Krishna to Arjuna. Krishna is telling Arjuna, you give up all varieties of religion, surrender unto me. Now this has been misinterpreted like anything. One person, he wrote a translation of the Gita, a summary of this Gita. He writes, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mam Ekam Sharnam Raja. Anyone who is reading this Gita, they should surrender to me. Such horrible translations, such horrible misinterpretations of the scriptures. And that's how all of this got spoiled. Another question I would like to say is, I would like to ask this. So now after hearing all this, do you feel a son of Brahmana can be a Brahmana? No. It's possible if he has the qualities. Only just like a son of a high court judge. He can become a high court judge if he becomes trained in those things. But without having any qualities, without having any classic karma or without having any nature, you cannot just claim to be like that. That is a point that has to be understood. Previously in schools, the gurukuls who were there 3 things were understood. When a boy used to go to a gurukul, his nature, his capacity and his intellect was understood. And based on that, he was given training. Now the problem is everyone is trained in the same way. Everyone goes to school, they are trained like that you work, study nicely like anything, and then you become slave in some MNC. That's what we are trained for. But previously in Gurukul, training was given according to the nature, according to the capacity and intellect of a person. Like there's one very famous story comes. Once one son of a prostitute, he went to a guru. He said, I want education, I want to learn from you. So this person asked, what is your nature or what is your qualification, which of the 4 varnas you belong to? This son went to his mother It seems mother didn't knew, mother told, I don't know. This son went back to the Guru and he told, I don't know what is my qualification or which Varna I belong to. The Guru said, this shows your quality of honesty. At least you honestly revealed this thing. And he said, this is the quality of a Brahmana. And he actually admitted him. The point I'm trying to make is, what was focused in the past Vedic times was the qualities of a person. And based on those qualities, the training was given. And that's why people used to be very, very satisfied. Because when a person is trained according to his quality, if a Brahmana is trained like a Brahmana, he's trained and taught in the scriptures. If a Kshatriya is trained like those to do administration, to do management, they'll be very, very satisfied in life. But now the thing has come that everyone should be equal, everyone should be trained equally, everyone should be trained in the same things. But that is the problem. People in this world are completely dissatisfied. Because not everyone has the same talent. Even in corporate, when I was working, I used to see the same thing. A simple task, a simple thing, some person will do it in few minutes. And there will be some who will keep on struggling. Weeks after weeks, they'll be struggling for that task, doing that task, asking here and there and still not able to do it. Because one thing people don't understand, this is not my nature, I am not meant for it. Not everyone has the capacity to do the same thing. Everyone is eligible for different things. And when this point becomes clear, then a person actually aspires for his own duty. He doesn't aspire for anyone else's work. And that is what I was discussing. The reason for job dissatisfaction, same thing. Because when people don't know their own nature, they don't work according to their own nature, they just compare with others, they want to be what someone else is, or they are told that become like that person, they never become satisfied. Because ultimately, mind is not satisfied doing whatever they are doing. They might be forced, they might be put into those circumstances, but their mind will never become satisfied. And that's why it's very, very important to understand, first of all, figuring out our own nature and working according to it. That is how we can be satisfied in life. I remember once I was hearing this, one person, he was in the final year of engineering, civil engineering he was doing. Anyways, placement was not happening, not many companies come. And then he was telling, I want to switch to literature. I have too much experience, I have too much interest in literature, I want to do something in literature. And then someone asked him, then why did you do engineering? Why did you spend 4 years there if you want to do all this? And the obvious answer, as you all know, what was the answer? I was told like that, parents told me do this, I did that, like something like that. Point is, whatever you do, but if that is not your nature, you will never be satisfied. And that is why the first thing that comes is working according to our own nature. Now question comes, how to actually find out our nature? Because we have not been trained in any of these. So how to understand which is our nature? That requires some spiritual maturity. Basically, if we go little deeper in spirituality, do some hit and trial here and there, and be always under guidance, be always under some mentor, then with time we'll be able to figure out to some extent. And if we figure out and work according to what we like to do, we will always be satisfied. We might not earn a huge amount, we might not get much salary, but if we do what we like to do, we'll always be satisfied. There'll be no question of dissatisfaction in our life. Only we have to keep aside that part of prestige and ego, of comparison. Then we can be satisfied. So this is first point, that was work. Work according to your own nature. Second, work up to your maximum capacity. So there are 4 kinds of people you see in this world. Crazy. Crazy means look at others, see that they are able to do, and then they'll question why I not able to do. Lazy. They are like others are doing, let them do. Anyways, I want to sleep. Third one, inferiority complex. Oh, I am good for nothing. I cannot do anything. Very, very demotivated always. And always giving some arguments. I don't know this. What will I do? I don't have anything in this world. Just a matter of comparison, and they get into this. And these are just the opposite, superiority complex. I can do anything. Whatever you tell me, I can do anything in this world. Well, kar kuch bhi nahi payenge, but that confidence, I can do whatever it is. That pride will always be there. Head will always be high. And that's why these people fail to make friends. Because they're always very, very proud of themselves. So the point I'm trying to make is working up to our maximum capacity. That is the second thing. Very, very important to understand. Now question comes, what is our maximum capacity? I was hearing one person was there, one boy was there. He sat in the JEE exam 9 times. And another person, he sat in CA exams for 14 times. And I know many others, even my own cousin, and they don't understand और थोड़ा बैठेंगे तो फिर उनका भी बैठने का टाइम जाने का टाइम आ जाएगा. I knew my cousin also. He 7 years he gave up his job. He was BTech pass out. He gave up his job. Very very intelligent, just to crack civil services exams. He was trying year after other, year after year, year after year, not able to crack. Others also suggested, why don't you take up some other job? Why don't you take some? You are so talented, you can get anything. But this is not that easy. But then 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 7 years passed by. He was very confident. No, I'll crack this. He was like the superiority complex. I can do anything in this world. I can crack any examination. I will do it. 7 years he was not able to do. Then finally, with the advice of others, he took up some other job. And some time back only, I was speaking to him, and he was himself sharing that now I am having symptoms of depression, anxiety, and all those. Just imagine 7 years you are preparing for something, you don't get that, you work in a company which is not fit for you, which is not suitable. Naturally, depression and anxiety will come. So, point I'm trying to make is people don't understand what is their capacity. Again, that needs some guidance, that needs some help. Unless someone is there in our life to help us, tell us कि बस हो गया, तुम्हारे बस का नहीं है, it's not meant for you. Just give it up and try something which is meant for you. Unless someone tells us like that, we keep on struggling, and ultimately become frustrated, depressed in our life. And I've just told you a few examples, there are many like that. People don't understand ki what is their limit, what is the threshold. Of course, endeavor has to be put. I'm not saying everyone should become lazy, they should not try anything in that life. But everyone should know where to put a full stop. Where to stop and try something which we are good at, instead of trying something which everyone wants us to do. That is about work according to our own capacity. Just like the example of rubber is given. Rubber band, you can stretch it a little more. But if you stretch it too much, what will happen? It will break. That's what. You can stretch a little more. But if you stretch too much, ultimately what happens in our life? We end up getting frustrated and end up doing suicide and so many things. And recently, I always share this example. Recently, that happened in one of the prestigious colleges in Bangalore itself. You might have heard of this college, MS Ramaiah. Very famous, very prestigious college in Bangalore. And one of the boys who was there, very intelligent person. Again, he went to Delhi, he cracked some hackathons in the college itself. Very, very nice coder and every skills he had. But due to some of the other reasons, he was not allowed to sit in the examinations. He was facing some pressure at his home. And then he was comparing with others that I am so intelligent, but still I got supply in my examinations. These people got so many things and this and that. And most important thing, he didn't have any help in his life. No one was there to guide him. Ultimately, one day he drank too much alcohol. Middle of the night sometime, he just happily, laughing, he took rat poison. And then lot was tried to save his life. He was in hospital for 2-3 days, something like that. But finally, dead. Only this simple thing, no one was there to help him, tell him, no problem, you are talented, you can do much more, why you are giving up your life? And that's why people take such rash and such stupid decisions. Just because they don't understand, I have to work up according to my maximum capacity, I don't have to compare with others. And this is a recent case, just few months back it happened. That is the second point, that is work. So what were the 2 points we discussed? First point was? Work according to our own nature. Second? Work according to maximum capacity. We should know where to put a full stop. Third point. Don't aspire to do others' duty. Basically, don't try to be a copycat. And this shloka from the Bhagavad Gita talks about that. Just repeat after me. Shreyan sadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha. Yeah, can anyone read?
It is far better to discharge one's prescribed duties, even though faultily, than another duties perfectly. Destruction in the course of performing one's own duty is better than engaging in another's duty, or to follow another's path is dangerous.
Yeah. What he's saying, if you follow another's path, that's very, very dangerous. Basically, Krishna is telling, don't copy. If you try to copy others, you will never be satisfied in the life. You'll try to do something very, very artificial for you. And ultimately, you will never be satisfied. And it's always there, the tendency is always there. People want to do that profession which is very, very popular. Like these days, everyone wants to have a YouTube channel. Everyone wants to be in YouTube, everyone wants to create shorts, this and that. मतलब talent होगा नहीं, they won't know what to do, how to do, but everyone wants to do that. Like one devotee was telling, he was meeting one person, he was showing his channel. He was showing his shorts and all and this and that. And when the devotee was seeing that shorts, he was not able to understand what is the reason of this shorts. मतलब क्यों बनाए ये shorts? What is the purpose of this? Anything he was making. And he asked him, why do you want to have a YouTube channel? Just because it's so glamorous, everyone observes, I'll become so famous. And then the devotee observed, okay, how many subscribers you have? He saw 4 subscribers. That too from his own different mail IDs. Point was, everyone just tried to copy others. Everyone wants to do what is popular. What others are doing, I also want to do. If they don't understand, it's not meant for me. Not everyone can be in the same field. Like in this, Mumbai, it said, no, everyone lands up to become a hero or heroine, a celebrity. Someone might have talent, someone don't. But everyone wants to do the same thing. Like, once very funny story, one devotee was sharing. So they were traveling in the train from Mumbai to Bangalore or Tirupati to Bangalore somewhere. And some 4 boys were sitting downstairs in the train berth. And they were discussing among each other. Very serious discussion was happening. And this one person was showing his own photo. Showing his own photo and telling, see, how nice photo this is, and I don't know why this director rejected me. Very seriously, they were discussing about the director. What was wrong with that? I don't know. See how nice this is and how nice this photo is, and something like that he was telling. So now when the devotee heard this, he also got a little curiosity. Let me also see the photo. So devotee peeped from the top. He peeped to see the photo in the phone. And after seeing the photo, he was just thinking, he didn't say like that. तेरे को कोई भी नहीं लेगा. Just understand you are not meant for this. But that person very, very seriously throughout the night they were discussing what is wrong with the director, people don't understand me, and just see how amazing, how good I am and this and that. The point is not everyone can do the same thing, Baba. Not everyone can become a celebrity. You need some talent, you need some skills for that. So the point is we spend entire life just trying to be someone else and ultimately become frustrated. And that's what is mentioned. That is very, very dangerous. If you try to lead to another's path, that is very, very dangerous. And what happens is sometimes in this course we overestimate ourselves. Sometimes we become very, very low. Especially in corporates, it happens when someone newly joins the company. And then he sees his managers. अरे भाई इतना डबल सैलरी मिल रहा है इसको आता नहीं है कभी ऑफिस 2 घंटे ही कम्स फॉर 2 hours थोड़ा कॉल करेगा मीटिंग बुलाएगा एंड देन ही गोज ऑल द टाइम ही इज जस्ट डूइंग टाइम पास एंड ही इज गेटिंग सो मच सैलरी आई ऑल्सो वांट टू बिकम लाइक that aspiration, though I might not have the talent to become a manager, I might not have those qualities, but that aspiration that I also want to become like that. But in fact, one who is higher in the ladder, one who goes higher, he understands how many responsibility that person has, how many deals he has to finalize, how many clients he has to speak, what all he has to do. But a new person comes, he just see, oh, this person is getting double the salary, he is doing nothing and so, and he also wants to aspire for that. The point is, here Krishna is making it very, very clear that if we are not capable of something, if we just aspire for others' duty, that way it will be very, very dangerous for us. And actually we'll be in trauma. I heard one real case study from IIT. So one person, he was in the electronics branch. And finally here he decided he wanted to do something in maths. And he went crazy to such an extent, like because of that frustration, he went so crazy that he started beating people, he started shouting and just crazy, so that his parents had to come to the hostel, stay with him. Just because he was not good at that. He didn't want to do that. The point is again, attitude or comparing or trying to do what others are meant to do. That is what is mentioned here, that to follow another's path is very, very dangerous. And sometimes even parents also say कि मैं तो कर नहीं पाया, I couldn't do, let him do, at least he should become doctor or he should become this. अरे अब आप नहीं कर पाए वो कैसे करेगा? How will he do? But then that thing is there that I couldn't do, he should do. So this is all comes under this disease or trying to follow another's path, and that makes our life very, very miserable. Even Bhagavad Gita that happened when Arjuna said, in the beginning of the Gita, Arjuna says, I want to give up the battlefield. I want to go to the forest, I want to take sannyas and this and that. Krishna said that your nature is of a Kshatriya. Your blood, it's in your blood to fight. Even if you go to a forest, you'll find some sage, you'll get into an argument and you'll chop off his head. So better you stay in the battlefield and fight instead of artificially becoming a sannyasi. The point is, everyone has to aspire for work according to what his duties or his natures are. If he aspires for something else, he'll end up becoming frustrated. So what were the 3 points to be discussed till now? Work according to one's own nature. Work according to one's maximum capacity. Third, don't copy others. Basically, do your own duty. Now question is, now the next question comes, okay, why am I working? Why people are working so hard in this world? And the answer comes, trying to impress others. Actually, we see, if we analyze this entire life we spend in this process, so many things we do just to post to others. Actually, what has happened is we have given the remote control of our life to someone else. Remote control of our happiness to someone else. Just imagine you wear so much nice clothes, branded clothes and nice shoes and this and that, and you go out. And when someone tells you, oh, you're looking amazing, you're looking so great. And we become very, very happy, very jubilant. And sometimes when people appreciate, we become very, very happy. When some boy appreciates, we'll become very, very happy. And some girl will appreciate, we'll become even more happy. But let's say one day you dress up very nicely, you dress in the best of the best, look in the mirror, oh, I'm looking so good today. And you go out of your house and some of your friend comments, अरे भाई क्या पहना है, ड्रेसिंग सेंस है कि नहीं, शक्ल देखिए अपनी. Someone says like that. And then everything inside will be shattered to pieces. All the confidence, all the enthusiasm, everything gone. Why this happens? Because we have given the remote control of our life to someone else. In our life, we just want appreciation from someone else. Unless someone else tells us we are good, we are looking nice, we don't want to accept. And that is the problem, that entire life we just spent trying to impress people of this world, trying to impress others. Sometimes people say that everyone is claiming me, or everyone is calling that I have done something wrong. Even though I didn't do that, I was not wrong, but everyone thinks that I have done that wrong. And we told that one person was like that, he was saying that everyone thinks I am the one who always commit wrong activities. And I asked him that, okay, are you the one who does this? Do you have such intention? He said, no, but everyone misunderstands me. I said, how does it matter? Let everyone do whatever they does. You know you don't have any wrong intention. You're not doing something wrong. How does it matter what others think? But this is the problem, that we have given the remote control of our life to others. These days there is a trend to take selfies. Now tell me, why, when people go anywhere, why there is so much eagerness to take selfies? People go to restaurants, they'll take selfie. Before even eating, they'll post on the Instagram or wherever, so tasty food. Abhi khaya nahi hai, but tasty food. They'll come to temples. Of course, we don't take selfies with the Lord, but they'll post selfies feeling so devotional today. And so forth. Now, why do you want to do all these things? Yeah, how does it matter? If you are feeling, keep it to yourselves. No. But you want to prove to others, tell to others also, yeah, I am feeling devotional today. I am going to a restaurant today. And sometimes when others are watching our profile, they also go into depression. Or this person, he's enjoying like anything. Every day he'll post places, new places. He's going there, he's going here. And I'm just wasting my life. And that's what the world is going around. One person is posting his pics, other person is watching and getting frustrated. So entire life, the point I'm trying to make is the entire life is all about validation. Entire life is all about showing off to others, proving to others which I am not, or something which I am not. So the simple question that comes here, a very, very important question, just try to think about it. Whatever we try, how much ever we do all these things, can we satisfy everyone in this world?
No.
Okay, can we satisfy at least one person in this world? Fully. Can we satisfy any one person fully in this world? Not possible. Maybe some 1 or 2 times we can. But throughout, can we satisfy even one person in this world? No. We cannot satisfy anything in this world, anyone in this world. The point is, we are working for this reason, we are doing so many things just for satisfying others. But the truth of the matter is, we cannot satisfy even one single person in this world. What to speak about everyone? And that's why we have to analyze what we are actually working for. The Gita says, or the Bhagavatam says, Deva labdhena santosha. We are not working to impress others, we are working for a satisfaction of our mind. That point has to be understood very, very nicely. Just imagine if you work, what are the goals you have in life? What everyone wants in life? We are working, we are earning, what basic facilities we want in life? In Hindi they say, no, roti, kapda and makan. Food, shelter and clothing. Now, just a case or situation I am telling, let's say someone is earning 30,000 per month. He eats 3 chapatis. Now his salary becomes triple times, he earns 1 lakh per month. Will he eat 10 times more food or 3 times more food? Will he require some more things? Everything will remain the same. But why do you want to grow more and more? Not because we want something more in life, but just to impress others, just to please others. What will my relatives say? What will that person say? What will my wife and her relatives say? That is how we spend our entire life, just to prove to others, just to impress others. And this is why we become frustrated. One boy was telling his parents were very unhappy with him because he was jobless. He was working very, very hard. Finally, he got a job. Parents were still unhappy. Arey, that neighbor's son is earning so much. What are you earning? Then he got some increment. Again, they are unhappy. How much you are earning? Your neighbor has got triple increment. You are just on a single increment. Actually, he was telling like that. The person became very, very. He was almost almost on the verge of depression. The point I am trying to make is, entire life we just keep comparing with others, trying to impress others, and that is the reason for dissatisfaction. But the point is, Gita or Bhagavatam says, we are not working to impress others, we work for the satisfaction of the mind. Work is meant for the satisfaction of the mind. That is the point that has to be understood. And finally, can we get more than what is there in our destiny? Actually, we cannot even get 1 penny more or 1 penny less than what we deserve. Whatever is there, that will come. But still, why do we work? Bhagavatam says we work just to keep our mind satisfied. Otherwise, we'll go crazy. Otherwise, we'll just go here and there, our mind will go haywire. And that is why, just to keep the mind satisfied, we are working. Baki, whatever has to come, it will come. And that's what we all know. Even if we work very, very hard for something, sometimes we don't get. Because it's not there. And some people, they don't even work, they work a little and they get whatever they want, or they easily get whatever they want. Because ultimately it's in their destiny. Of course, hard work is needed. That doesn't mean that we become lazy, don't work hard. But apart from hard work, there are many other factors. That's what we have to understand. Only hard work doesn't matter. If it's not there in your destiny, how much ever you work hard, you won't get that. That is the point that is to be understood. So 4 things we discussed till now. What were the first one?
Nature.
Work according to your nature. Second, work according to your capacity. Third,
Do your own.
don't copy others. And 4th one, work is meant for satisfaction of the mind. So whenever we are feeling low in our life, whenever we are feeling tensed, we should just think this one thing. Work is not meant for impressing others. Work is just meant for satisfaction of my mind. I am not here to impress others. Finally, the last question and the last point, and then we'll end for today. See, we think so much about others, right? We try to prove so much to others. We try to impress so much others in different ways. Especially you go to marriages. Sometimes it's difficult to figure out who is the bride, who is the groom. Everyone is dressed very, very opulently. Why? Just to show to others that I am also someone very great. So now the point is, we do all these things for others, but will they remember what we have done for them? Will they remember all the things we have done for others? Will anyone remember? Can anyone remember actually? Maybe they can write some notes in the phone, and next time you come, do you know what I have done for you? And then you open the notes, let me check. But otherwise you cannot. Even parents sometimes say, the kids tell them that, what have you done for me? They also say like that. No one in this world can remember what you have done for this. But there is someone who values and remembers our service. There is one person who actually remembers whatever little bit we do, who will never forget. So now, since this is an auspicious time, Diwali is about to come, We'll discuss one pastime from Ramayana and then we'll end for today. So this is last part of today. This was the time when Ram Setu was being built. There was the Vanar Sena, the huge army of monkeys, and they were building this Ram Setu. They were building this bridge over the water. They were writing, you might all be knowing this pastime, they were writing Lord Ram's name on it. And whenever they used to put into the water, what happened? Oh, very confident. You are all there or watching them? Yeah, definitely. When they put the stone in the water, it used to float. One day what happened is Lord Ram thought, maybe you all can also come forward. We have lots of space here. Yeah, I'm telling to you only. You all can come forward. So one day Lord Ram thought, okay, these people, they are writing my name and they are putting in the water, it's floating. My name has so much potency. So let me test one thing. So one day what he did in the middle of the night, he picked up a stone. He said that if just by writing my name on a stone, it is floating. If I throw a stone, it will definitely float. So in the middle of the night, one day he picked up a stone, Lord Ram picked up a stone, he threw in the water. Guess what happened? It didn't float. Correct. It sank. Now Lord Ram was very embarrassed. And there was one personality who was standing behind him. Who was there? Oh, very nice. Means you are all watching that, right? But anyways, Hanuman was watching behind. And he told, Lord Ram asked him, what is this happening? You all are writing my name, throwing in the water, it's floating. And here, I have thrown a stone and it sank. And Hanuman makes a very, very amazing statement, very interesting statement. He said that, oh Lord, your holy name, if your holy name was written on someone's tongue, or if someone is chanting your holy name, he becomes capable of crossing this ocean of birth and death. But one who you have forsaken or one you have given up your shelter to that person, what is the hope for that person? Or if you throw someone away from you, what is the hope for that person? And Lord Ram said, yes, that's correct. So the point is, what happened is, anyways, coming back to the pastime, the entire Ram Setu was being built. And all the people, they were coming, Hanuman was getting big, big boulders. And in this entire event, one squirrel was also there. She was also getting little pebbles. She'll put into the ocean. Again, she'll go back. Again, she'll put. And now Hanuman was getting big, big boulders. So what happened once was, Hanuman was getting, this squirrel was in front of him. He said, you get out of my way. Don't come in my way. That squirrel became very frightened. She actually got off the way. And Lord Ram was watching all this. And Lord Ram called Hanuman and he told him one very, very interesting thing. He said that you are doing things or you are bringing these big, big boulders according to your capacity. And I am very satisfied, very pleased by your efforts. But this squirrel is also doing the best according to its capacity. She is also trying his best according to his capacity, and I am also very pleased by its efforts. I am also very, very pleased by it. And that's why we know after that Lord Ram pat on the back of the squirrel, and that's why we have those 3 marks on the back of the squirrel. That represents when Lord Ram touched the back of the squirrel. So that is how the point is. In this world, whatever we try, how much ever we try to satisfy people, we cannot satisfy even one person in this world. But there is one person who is always satisfied if we do some sincere efforts for him. And there is only one person who remembers all that we have done for him. Because in this world, the forgetfulness is our nature. We don't remember. After some time, actually, every one of us forgets whatever has happened. Even if we try, mug up so many things in exam, next day we forget everything. But there is one person who always remember whatever we do for him. And that is the Lord. And that's why this is a very, very important point to understand. Whatever we do in devotional service sincerely, whatever Hare Krishna Mahamantra we chant sincerely in every day in our day-to-day lives, whatever flowers we offer to the Lord, the ghee lamp we offer to the Lord in this auspicious month, when we dance before the Lord just for the pleasure of the Lord, or whatever we do, when we attend the Aarti of the Lord, it's actually like a notebook. Lord actually has a notebook where we keeps a track of each and everything. Even one single activity we do, Lord remembers that. And Lord will bless us profusely for that. Whereas in this world, people don't remember whatever, even we do a lot for them, they won't remember and no one will be satisfied. But still the unfortunate situation is we spend so much time in this world on those mortal beings who are never satisfied with our service. but we don't take out time to serve the Supreme Lord who remembers each and everything. So it's very, very important. It's a duty to actually take out time. Take out some time in a day-to-day basis, on a regular basis, to do something for the pleasure of the Lord. To do some chanting, at least chanting one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra daily, offering flower to the Lord in love and devotion. Because whatever little we do for the Lord, He will be very, very pleased. He will be very, very satisfied, and He will remember each and everything we do for Him. Actually, Lord says in the Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. That He is even pleased if a person offers a flower, a fruit, a leaf, or water to Him in devotion, in love. Just imagine your manager comes to your home and you offer him a plate with leaf, flower, fruit, and water. Will he be happy with you? Maybe he'll remove you the next day. But the Lord is not like that. Whatever you do for Him in sincere love, in devotion, He is very, very satisfied. And once the Lord is satisfied, what else remains in this world? The Bhagavatam says, Tasmin tushte kim aprapyam jagatam apravartite. Meaning, if the Lord is satisfied, what remains impossible for us? Or what is that is impossible for us to achieve? And that is why the endeavor we have to make, we have to understand an entire endeavor which is to satisfy these mortal beings in this world. That endeavor has to be shifted and we have to satisfy the Supreme Lord. Even if we make little endeavor for that, that will actually give us the highest result, highest benediction. That is the endeavor that has to be done. And the last slide for today. So you can just repeat the shloka, very, very famous shloka. Karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhur ma te sangostu karmani. Yeah, can anyone read?
You have a right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of action. Never consider yourself the cause of the results of your action, and never be attached to not doing your duty.
Yeah. Very, very amazing shloka Bhagavad Gita Krishna is telling to Arjuna. Very, very popular also, but mostly misinterpreted. People will quote this shloka and they'll give their own translations. I never understood. Many people think they'll say karma hi puja hai, work is worship, so many things. But they don't understand the actual import of this. So the meaning that is given is, Krishna is telling to Arjuna, learn this art of deriving pleasure by giving your 100%. Be pleased, be satisfied with the work that you are doing. Don't aspire for the results. Results are not in your hand. Don't be attached to the results. Learn this art of deriving pleasure by giving your 100%. And this is an art. If you can actually learn this art, you will be satisfied always in your life. Results come or they do not come, doesn't matter, but you will always be very, very blissful, satisfied in your life if you just learn this art. Currently what has happened is we have trained ourselves differently. In everything we look for, what will I get out of it? Isme mujhe milega kya? What will I get here? Even when it comes to coming to temples also people ask, kya hoga wahan jaake? What will I get there? But the point is, that's how we have been trained right from childhood. Our parents used to tell you, work hard, you score, become first in class, then we'll give you a cycle. And when we grow a little bit, then we'll give you an Android phone or something like that. We have always been trained on the fruits. That you work hard so that you get this result. But in the Vedic times, it was very different. Vedic time, it was not about what's in it for me, what will I get out of it. It was more about how to do the work morally and ethically. How to do my duty properly, that was what people were more concerned with. And that's why I described when Britishers also came to India. When Max Muller, a person, came to India, they were scratching their head. How these people are so content, how these people are so satisfied within. We are giving them so many carrots, so many things, but these people are not moved by it. They are just satisfied doing whatever they are doing. Because people were trained in that way, not to be attached to the results. And this is the shloka which talks about that you have to give your work, you have to give your 100% and be satisfied, not to be attached to the result. And the most funny thing is, this is often quoted and many interpretations are given, which are not in the Gita definitely. Like work is worship, when we say work is worship, karma hi puja, that has to be understood what kind of work we are doing about. Not everyone and anyone, someone does some abominable activity, someone commits a thief, someone murders someone and say work is worship. So people do like that. But they don't understand. Today first we discuss what actually a work we are talking about, what are the different kinds of works that are there. So that's why when people quote this shloka, I tell them first you read the other shlokas of the Gita, then you come. Don't quote this shloka only. This shloka talks about working according to your nature and being satisfied with it. That's what this means. So now we'll just summarize the 5 points which we discussed. Very, very amazing points. First one was work according to your own nature. Second, work according to your maximum capacity. Third, don't aspire to do others' work. Fourth,
satisfaction of mind.
work is meant for satisfaction of mind and not to prove anything to this world. And fifth is, be satisfied with whatever result is achieved. Actually, thing is, these points might appear very simple, very logical, easy to understand everything. But if we can actually apply these in our day-to-day lives, it might be a little tricky, difficult at first. But if we make it a practice with time and apply these points in our day-to-day life, we'll see miracles in our life. We'll always be happy, always be blissful. I'm talking in the material terms. Forget about spiritual things. Even in the material level, we'll always be happy and blissful and satisfied in our life. Just if we apply these 5 points in our day-to-day lives. So that is what it is all about. This is about the point that was their attitude of comparison. And these are the 5 antidotes that are there to get rid of this disease of comparison. How to avoid this disease of comparison and be satisfied with him. Okay, thank you very much. With this, I would like to end here. So any questions? Now after this, we'll proceed to group discussion. So before this, we'll take some questions. Yeah.
तो आपने ब्राह्मण बाय बर्थ नहीं होते, पर जो द्रोणाचार्य और अश्वत्थामा ये तो वॉरियर थे ना, तो इनको ब्राह्मण कंसीडर क्यों किया गया? तो अश्वत्थामा तो एविल वॉरियर था एक तरह। ये वॉरियर ट्रेड।
They were one thing very important, as I already mentioned. One thing is being born in a certain family, and second thing is getting trained in a certain way. These people, first of all, Dronacharya was a Brahmana and he was trained accordingly. He had the qualities of a Brahmana. Even Ashwathama was a Brahmana, but he took the role of a Kshatriya for a wrong reason. Definitely, that is a different thing what he did.
But ब्राह्मण क्यों माना फिर अश्वत्थामा को भी? और
Because he had the qualities. Because these people, see, when Ashwathama, when he did that thing of releasing the Brahmastra, Arjuna caught him, brought in front of the assembly of Pandavas. And there Draupadi said that this is the son of the teacher. They respected him because he was the son of great Dronacharya. So respect is given, all those things are there, but quality is also needed. He had the qualities of Brahmana, but at that time when he was serving Duryodhan, he lost those qualities, he lost his mind and he committed those evil deeds. So that is the thing, people deviate also, but here I am talking about being qualified first. Then you can call yourself. Without qualification, you cannot call yourself. Anyway.
वॉरियर were their additional qualities. They had
Yeah,
ब्राह्मण।
they had, yes.
रावण का भी same। रावण भी ब्राह्मण।
These are all demons. We cannot classify. See, first of all, dharmic activity has to be done. You do adharmic activity, you are nowhere in this ladder. Yeah. Anyone else?
एक और है, पूछो।
Maybe if someone else wants to, otherwise you can ask. And then we'll proceed to group discussion. ठीक है, we'll take one last question, then we'll proceed to group discussion.
BG 2.47 है, उसका आगे भी वर्सेस पढ़े हैं और उसमें पर्पल भी पढ़ा है, तो मैंने जो इंटरप्रेट किया बताना कि रिजल्ट पे ध्यान तो देना चाहिए और अचीव भी करना चाहिए, पर वो उन जो रिजल्ट आए ना उसको अपने पर्सनल प्लेजर के लिए यूज़ नहीं करना चाहिए, उसको हायर पर्पस या गॉड की सर्विस के लिए यूज़ करना चाहिए। ये है ना उसका मतलब, क्योंकि रिजल्ट अगर ध्यान रखेंगे तभी तो चेज कर पाएंगे गोल, पर गोल अपने
नहीं, currently we are in that situation. Currently we have been trained like that to aspire for the results. So currently that is needed. But ultimate perfection is when we just give our 100% without expecting anything. Of course, if we give endeavor 100%, we'll get the results. But our aspiration, our satisfaction is not because of the results, but because of the work we do.
और ये जो फ्रूट्स को हायर सर्विस के लिए वो बात भी
That is thing. That is another concept we'll be discussing in the coming topics. How to offer.
Prabhuji, I have one question.
I think you came just now only, no? Yeah, this is for at least those who attended the session. First they can ask and then we'll proceed to... We can discuss later, Prabhuji, not a problem. Okay, thank you very much. Now we'll sit in groups. Basically, according to the mentors, those people who are calling you, we'll have a group discussion. And after that, we'll be doing mantra meditation. Okay, you can all sit in groups. And your mentors are already there. They're also coming. Put this, can you close? No, this, can you close?